So guys, Caitlin Clark is huge. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, she is absolutely huge as a athlete, as a person. Like, she is probably one of the most talked about athletes in all of sport right now. She really is. And with that being said, like, it's scary just how big Caitlin Clark is. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Caitlin Clark is this, she's that. But I'm like, this is how big Caitlin Clark is. So we all know that Luka Doncic signed with the Lakers. His first game on TV peaked at 2.55 million views on ESPN. Obviously says up 42% versus last year's ESPN average. Caitlin Clark, her first game back, her second game, not even her first game back. Her second game back from the Olympic break is obviously up 256% based on regular season average. Peaked at 2.9 million viewers. It had 2.2 million viewers. And you might be saying, like, oh, this was on ABC. I'm pretty sure her versus Angel Reese on one of them on ESPN had more viewers than Luka Doncic game. Like Caitlin Clark literally on a random game in August. That was the Sunday night game, I'm pretty sure. On a random Sunday game in August, Caitlin Clark pulled in more viewers than Luka Doncic's debut. Luka's debut, 200k, 10% more viewers than Luka's debut, which is mental. And not only that, lads, there was a survey done. Obviously, I don't know how important this is. Says an open-ended question. Caitlin Clark received the most mentions of any active athlete. So according to them, the most frequently mentioned active athletes, like in fairness to Angel Reese, she is third on female. Ronda Rousey still being fifth in female is kind of mad. The rugby player is fourth. And Simone Biles is second, fair enough. But like the fact that you've got Caitlin Clark more mentioned than LeBron James in what might be the last year of his career. Luka's not American, huge track, but yes, he's also most popular in the US without a doubt. Obviously. No Messi. I mean, like, it's so funny. People give out any excuse for it other than the fact that, I don't know, she might just be one of the most likable sports people in the world, which is, it's a fact. It's an absolute fact, if we're being completely honest here. But like, everyone replying, my interest you in an ESPN game in June. Yeah. Peaked at 3.3 million viewers in this game. That was a good game. That was the one Angel absolutely cooked him, in fairness. Either way, my point is Luka Doncic is one of the biggest draws in the NBA. Just got traded and moved to shock the entire world. Shouldn't matter what channel he's on. Caitlin drew millions to a channel called Ion. That was always the big point when it came to the Caitlin Clark team. It's like, there was 1 million viewers on Ion. What is Ion? Like, that genuinely was everyone's reaction. Remember Stephen A. Smith? That was his whole point. It was like, she's bringing these viewers to Ion. To Ion. Like, I don't think anyone, like, I'm sorry, I'm Irish. I had no idea what Ion was. Dude, it wasn't a random game. She broke the assist record. Then, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. I don't know who she broke the all-time assist record against, but no, she didn't. It was her second game back post-Olympic break. Hard to compare 10:30 p.m. on a Wednesday versus Sunday afternoon game. Excuses. So many excuses. So many excuses. Like, you're looking at all these things that started at this time. This is Luka freaking Doncic. How many? Caitlin Clark's played so many games late at night that had more viewers. That had more viewers than the Luka Doncic game. She had multiple games last season, more viewers than Luka. So, heck, we saw in ESPN, it was like, or on NBA TV, of the top 10 most viewed games on NBA TV last year, something like 6 of the 10 were Caitlin Clark, and the others were like LeBron versus Curry, Curry versus Wemby, LeBron, Wemby, and Anthony Edwards, Wemby. Like, they were the other games. Everything else was a Caitlin Clark game. Caitlin versus Enrique seems to be the most hyped freaking game of the year last year. So we're looking at somebody who is literally, at this stage, bigger than the NBA. I'm not joking when I say it is. Like, she is at this stage bigger than the NBA. And it's a crazy thing to say, but I think it might actually be true. I think it might actually be true that a girl out of Iowa, 23 years old, throws the ball into a basket from further than anyone else in the world consistently, is bigger than any player in the NBA outside of LeBron and maybe Stephen Curry. Like, will this fandom end soon? Yeah. Yeah, I think there'll be a stage where, not that she regresses, but she kind of hits her peak. So she expects to be in NBA MVP conversations next year. Like, even if she's in MVP conversations, things kind of change a little bit. Like, she can be in MVP convos, but at the same time, like, she's got to really push for that MVP. Because last year, to be fair, they kind of restarted the conversation before she lost back-to-back to the Aces. And people were like, oh, she has to really outplay AJ. And I'm like, AJ definitely in game 2 outplayed her. But the first time they played, it was literally like in that post-Olympic break. Her and AJ were trying to have a contest to see who was going to be worse. One of the worst games of the season for Caitlin. And AJ Wilson was horrific as well. But yeah, it's all in all just a crazy thing to see. It's a crazy thing to see these type of numbers being pulled for the WNBA at all. And it's a crazy thing that I always thought that maybe the Caitlin Clark hype was going to die down after the Olympics. It doubled. It doubled after the Olympics. Because she then started playing like post-Olympic break to the end of the season. She was the second best player in the league after Nafisa Collier. So she just started playing ridiculously well. And obviously this game too was after a unbelievable game. An unbelievable game that Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell had. Like she had a ridiculous game. Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell against the freaking Mercury in game 1. And they all went to watch game 2. And like this was also the game where they just went on against the Storm, where they just couldn't miss in the fourth quarter. Skip Bayless started calling them the greatest show in sports. Like, everything was just like, oh dear Lord, this 7 seconds or less fever. That's what I referred to them as. When the Fever started winning games post-Olympic break, when they stopped playing sides ball, I referred to them as the 7 seconds or less Fever. When they played sides ball, they were the worst team in the W. When they were the 7 seconds or less Fever, they were one of the 3 best teams in the W. But thankfully, we don't have Christy Sides there next year. But anyhow, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.